muss runterzählen. Sind wir jetzt live? Wir sind live. Hi! Welcome to my live stream today. As I announced on Instagram, we've just hit 50,000 followers there, and today... Oh, du musst nochmal auf die Kamera drücken. Oopsie, everything's fine. And today we'll do a little live stream concert here in my practicing living room at home. And my sister, Chantal, she's going to... she helped me to organize everything and to set up everything for this live stream here. And yeah, I think before we get started, we'll just talk a little bit so everyone can come here and join us. So today's program is going to be Chopin Etudes Op.10 completely, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I can count. And I'm super excited to play for you.
Yeah, so I think it's been welcome. And I think it's been a long journey since the very first time you had the idea to go on live. And I think, with all your support and all your feedback, we're finally able to do this live concert. And we hope, because it's the very first time we're going live at home, we hope it will work well.
Yes, hopefully the technique is not going to fail.
And for me, when I first thought about home concert, I had to think about Schubert. So back in times when home concerts were something regular. So my question to you is, how do you feel about this home concert thing?
Well, it's different from what I'm used to. But still, I mean, like, even before Corona, I gave home concerts, but not in my own home. I was giving concerts in homes of other people who invited me to play concerts for them at home. So this was the kind of home concert that I was more used to. And normally, I mean, like, when you're playing home concerts, then there are only a few people, like, maximum 20 people. And it's getting very, like, it's a very intimate atmosphere, which is great because you can really communicate with the audience. But today it's so weird because there is actually nobody listening except of you. Okay, and some people online, but I don't know how many there are actually and how they're listening. And yeah, I think it's going to be a very different experience today.
So beside the first home live concert, there's another thing that's the first time. So you're going to play the full Opus 10 in one concert for the first time, if I have that right.
Not really for the first time, but the first time with a new interpretation. So I was playing Opus 10 completely before my studies.
But even in a concert?
Yes, also in concert.
Okay.
In Stuttgart.
Okay.
And yeah,
so
but it's been a while. So nearly like 10 years ago. Not really, but like 8 years maybe. And now after 7-8 years of studying and doing it like really professional, I'm really happy and excited to come back to this program and reinterpret it.
What do you think is the main difference? Like, after these 8 years, what's the one thing that you've surely learned or changed or
a lot.
Besides, I guess, fingering is like the very first one.
Fingering, yes, of course. But I think I changed a lot in my interpretation because I'm not focusing so much on playing fast and playing loud anymore than like it was 10 years ago. I was younger and it was okay to play fast and loud. But now I'm trying to find a deeper interpretation of these etudes because I don't think that these etudes are only a sports challenge. There are much more and there's so much music in it, and I think yeah, it's more important to understand the music behind it, and this way you can also understand the technique in a better way.
But it's still, I mean, the Chopin Etudes are sportive. It needs a lot of energy, a lot of focus, and a lot of concentration. So
yes, absolutely.
how do you feel? I mean, I'm sweating just thinking about it. So
well, this is why I'm wearing this. And well, yes, of course, I'm excited to see how it's going today, how it will work today, because again, it's a premiere for me in a new interpretation, and yeah, of course, I need to learn how to balance my energy of my body, so I can't just start and play through it. Like you have to know when to calm down, when to relax in every single piece, and between the pieces, and between every single note actually. And this is like the biggest challenge in these etudes.
So which of these etudes is your favorite one?
Oh, my favorite one because I like the music, or because I like the technique, or both together. My favorite one. Well, when I was younger, my favorite one was always Opus 10 number 1, so the very first one. But I think now I love all of them, and I don't really have a favorite one.
So you see it as a complete
Yes,
work.
For me it's one big piece, one big work.
Which one is the toughest? So
I think I had most of the problems with Opus 10 number 2.
Okay.
Because you have to divide your right hand into two. So the fingers 3, 4, and 5 have to play like chromatic scales up and down, and 2 and 1 have to play chords simultaneously. And this is like, actually you would need 3 hands and way more fingers to play this. but yeah, I have to try with 2.
Yeah, so let me check. There are quite some people online. I think the sound works well, at least no one complained. So I think it's time to do your challenge. So good luck. And
Thank you.
The audience enjoy the show. One last comment. So if you like to support Annique, check out the description down below. There's a support link. And of course, if you missed something and want to give feedback, we're happy. I'm reading the comments continuously. So, so good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah.
sweating.
The one clap only. Let me get the iPad. How are you doing?
I'm done. I need something to drink.
Ja, sure, get it. Warte, wir müssen erst das Mikrofon anmachen. Here, let's get the mic back.
Okay. Can everybody hear me? Oh God. Like I'm was heißt zittern? I'm shaking. I'm really shaking. I was shaking through the whole performance through, but now it's like, oh my God. Oh, now I know so many parts that I have to learn and to continue studying. So thank you for listening and for being my audience today, because like I was learning so much through the last 30 minutes. And yeah, thank you for being here.
Yeah, actually your live chat was quite active. I was keep reading and listening to you, and yeah, and we had quite a lot of support. They wanted to fill the snowman.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I have first to like breathe. Yeah, I mean, it was so much fun to do this, and maybe we'll do this more often in the future. I think it would be interesting to do a live stream with all the Chopin Etudes Op.10 like every 2 months, for example, so you can follow the progress. And yeah, I think that would be interesting. Just put in the comments or in the chat what you would like, or if you would like this idea of having more live streams with this program. I think that would be pretty nice, or at least for me, because I'm learning so much.
Should we give the audience a little bit time for questions? I think.
Yeah, sure. So if you have any questions, please put it in the chat or in the comments, and we'll try to answer, or I'll try to answer. And yeah. How did you like my playing?
I mean, I told you I was sweating just by thinking of you playing that, but I was sitting there and like,
you know, I'm really sweating.
So here, one question by Pugh Guinan, I hope I pronounced it right. It's, you should share some tips. I mean, I guess you're generally giving tips on Instagram, right, or on YouTube, but maybe you have the one tip, the one what you should do for...
every Chopin etude is extreme in its own way, and you have to find the key to each etude, and this is like a project. It's a lifetime project, or how would you say? So you will never get perfect or get a perfect interpretation of these, but I think it becomes easier as soon as you find the first key to one of these Chopin etudes, because as soon as you found one key to only one of these etudes, you know the feeling of how it should feel when you, or like the right feeling, and I don't know how to explain it in English correctly, but einrasten. So like you really
get into place, like it has to,
you really found a place, and you know how your body has to feel, how your brain has to feel in that moment, and you know how it should feel for, like, if you found this once, then you know how it should feel for the rest 23 of them. But again, it's a lifetime project, and I'm really happy that I'm already working on it. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that these etudes will be part of my whole life. And I'm happy that I'm already here playing all of them. And hopefully soon also Opus 25 again.
So 123 Piano Keys is asking, what your recommendation is, like in which order would you like to, or would you recommend to learn these etudes if you want to learn the whole set?
That's actually a difficult question because it depends on you, on everyone. Because everyone has different skills and like different abilities, not only technically but also in the musical way, and it's difficult to answer this. So I think if you want to break it down on the basic techniques that Chopin wants to teach you through these etudes, then maybe it's Opus 25 number 1, where you have to move your elbows like extreme, and not only your elbows but also your wrist, and like everything has to be very fluently and you need to really breathe every move through your body, and this is like one of the basic techniques that you will need in Chopin's music. I don't have something to drink. Shall I bring you something? Yeah, that would be nice.
Someone was asking what you want to do after your concert exam, what your plans are.
My plans after concert exam. That's also a good question. Well, I'm already working on becoming a professional pianist, and that would be also the goal after my concert exam. Thanks. So continuing working on becoming a professional pianist. Is this the answer?
Ryan Espino is asking, are you wearing black to produce the proper motion for the etude?
Well, this is actually not black. It's dark blue. But no, I was actually thinking about what I should wear today. Actually, I wanted to wear my sweater and jogging pants and my fluffy slippers, but she told me that I can't do this. So
Well, it's a live concert, right?
so it's my fault. So yeah, but still, I thought like wearing a concert dress in my own living room is a little bit awkward. So I chose these things that are still my normal clothes, and I'm wearing my actual concert shoes, which are
You have to lift it a little bit higher, I guess.
they're very very old.
Over 10 years.
I'm using them over 10 years now, yes, and these are the only shoes that I take on stage with me, and yeah. So this is my outfit for today. Yeah, I needed something that is free for my shoulders, because you need to move so much, and again, I'm sweating, and this is why I need a little bit more air here.
Someone is asking what's your favorite etude in general, so not only Opus 10, but the whole like set.
Okay.
I mean, maybe you should say that there's Opus 10 and Opus 25, so
Yes.
in total
24 etudes, plus 3 trois nouvelles etudes, 3 new etudes.
The mic is cutting off, so maybe we should change it again. I'm sorry, some technical issues. Let me see.
Oh.
Because I can't hear it myself. It disconnected for 1 second.
Das ist immer noch wahrscheinlich.
So maybe ask the audience if it's better now.
Hopefully it's better now. I don't know. Oder mach mal die hier aus. Hast du die ausgemacht? Nee, stell die mal raus. Ich glaube, die sind es nämlich.
This is audio input capture.
Ja, genau.
Okay, ja.
Du kannst vielleicht auch gleich das Audio-Interface ausstecken.
Ja, lass mal nicht, dass da noch alles ausgeht.
Ich glaube, es ist noch nicht. Ich glaube, es ist immer noch kaputt.
Ja, du musst warten, wir haben 2 Minuten Delay.
Not better.
It's not better?
Not better.
Okay, wait, let me see.
Lass mich mal. Komm du her. What shall I do? Keine Ahnung, ich mach's kurz. Ich glaube, ich weiß, was man sieht.
Okay, we have a mic issue, so I don't know what to say. stream.
Yeah, I know the guys. Okay, jetzt sollte wieder was kommen. Hoffentlich.
Are we back? Are we back on track?
I hope it's better now.
Maybe we should turn on the sound.
Ja, mach's mal ganz kurz an.
Ja.
Ich habe keine Ahnung. Was hab ich gerade gesagt?
Are we back on track? And we stopped.
Hat's geleckt? Nein, es ist immer noch das. Ich glaube, es liegt an der Kamera. Jetzt warte mal ganz kurz. Schreib es mal kurz rein, dass ich die Kamera kurz ausstecke. Will ich das nicht machen? Ich verstehe das eben nämlich nicht, wieso das manchmal so auf einmal so losspackt. Keine Ahnung, wieso das so ist. Okay. So, okay. Es ist jetzt besser, oder? Aus.
Ist den Ton angemacht?
Ja, hab ich. Frag mal, ob es jetzt besser ist.
Is it better now? Yeah, it's weird that it suddenly...
It's back.
At least the sound is back. Yeah. Yeah, someone was asking if I can play piano. Like, don't ask me again. Okay. So, have you more questions? At least the sound is back. Okay, maybe I turn off the sound. It's like listening to myself.
So I think we were talking about how to like start or how to pick the right etude for you to start. Again, I think it depends on your personal skills and so on, and but I think it would be great to start with Opus 25 number 1 because it's using one of the most basic techniques that you would need for Chopin's music in general.
Boris Walla is asking, what kind of piano do you have?
This is a Yamaha C2. It's I think 173 centimeters long. So it's not that big actually. Or yes, of course it's still pretty big. It's a grand piano, but I think most of my colleagues are using bigger instruments to practice. And
Bigger.
yeah, I mean like yeah. Because you know, the bigger the instrument, the better you can control the dynamics, and or at least you have more possibilities to control the dynamics. The smaller the instrument, the harder it gets to create all the details and so on.
But you also need a larger room.
Yes.
I mean, with
yes,
the smaller
sure.
room, the sound
Sure. Yeah.
would explode inside.
Yes.
Yeah, someone is asking if you would like to repeat this experiment. I guess, yeah, you want to do more live concerts and try to play this again, so...
Yes, definitely. That would be... like, I mean, it was a strange experience because, you know, again, there was no real audience that was there and listening, so all the energy that you normally get from the audience was not there, and I can only guess what is happening in the chat. And I mean, like, I didn't want to think about this, but still it was very like confusing playing to play here and to not know what the audience is doing and if it is really listening to you. This is something strange, but I mean, maybe if I do it more often, I mean, it's like practicing. I become better now the more I do it.
Duke Ben is asking since how long you're playing piano.
I'm playing piano since I'm 5, so nearly like 20 years. Exactly.
Exactly 20 years.
Exactly 20 years now.
Is Chopin your favorite composer?
Yes, together with Mozart. But yes, Chopin is definitely.
Someone is asking if you're playing all Mozart piano sonatas.
No.
Yeah.
I was playing some of them, and I think it's also like not only I think, but it's also one of my goals to play many Mozart sonatas in my life. I don't know if I'm going to play all of them, but like many Mozart sonatas and many of his piano concertos. But one of my biggest goals is to play everything by Chopin for piano solo.
Yo-Yo L is asking if you're giving lessons, and yes.
Yes. Actually, you'll find a link in the description box to my website, and there you'll find, my online masterclass. You can apply there. And this week, as we are celebrating 50,000 followers on Instagram, you'll get 50% off if you apply this week. This does not mean that you have your lesson in this week, but you just need to send your application in this week, and we'll find a date during the next 2 to 3 months where we'll have a lesson together online.
Okay, I guess 1, 2, 3 Piano Keys, who was asking about which order you should. So he's saying you're learning 1, 2, 3, or he's learning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 12, and is asking which one you would recommend to learn afterwards. I don't know.
After learning all of 20?
No, I think he's saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 12, and now which one would you recommend to go for the next one?
Well, I think it's good to first complete the first half, so it would be nice to continue with the 6th. Then you have 1 half, and this is already giving you a feeling of what is how it feels like when you play all of them. And then afterwards, I mean, you already have played number 12, so maybe it's good to start from the back. So you're starting with 10 and 11, and then fill it up with 9, 8, and 7 afterwards. I would do it like this, I think. But you can choose whatever etude you want.
Chopin is just asking, are you going to play Opus 25 etude?
Yes, this is the plan. The next challenge. I mean, I was playing Opus 25 a year ago, and then I wanted to come back to Opus 10 again, but I never played both opuses together, so not simultaneously. So my next step would be to play Opus 10 and Opus 25 simultaneously. This is the next challenge, but first I'll have to work more on Opus 10 until it's safe.
Someone is asking, so I don't know what RCM is. I don't know if you know. So do you think I'm skilled enough to play Chopin etude if I'm in RCM 6 to 7 or 8? I don't know what RCM means. So maybe that person.
I also don't know what RCM is.
Maybe in
year. Does anyone know what RCM is? Please write it in the comments.
Did you ever visit the Chopin Museum in Warsaw?
Not yet. Well, actually, I'm thinking of, and I'm planning to go to Warsaw next year. And I mean, I need your support. So if you want to support me to go to Warsaw and study there at the Chopin University for 1 semester, please continue donating and supporting me.
Snowman is gone.
Oh really? It's gone.
Yeah. But well.
Yeah, but the link is still there. So, and yeah, I wanted to study for 1 semester or maybe 2 semesters, depending on how much, like how much it costs to be there, to live there. And yeah, I would like to study at the Chopin University, and I'm working on it to go there and to take you all with me, of course.
There's another question. Do you play Liszt? I mean, yes, and I guess you should just check out her other channel, because there is Mephisto, one of my favorite.
No, it's actually this channel.
It's this one here, yeah, you see? So just check that one out.
But actually, it is a long time ago that I played so much Liszt.
Come on, you just did the challenge.
Yeah, but still, I mean, like, so seriously, I didn't play Liszt for many years now, actually. I mean, I was playing more Liszt before I started to study at the university. But then I was focusing much more on Chopin. And yeah, maybe in the future I'll come back to Liszt. But first, I'm continuing like focusing on Chopin for now.
So I re-asked this question. So it's what etude will you play next, but I guess it's more interesting to ask. So after Opus 10, or which one of the Opus 25 would you practice the first?
Number 1.
So you would start with number 1?
I would just start with number 1, yes. Because I already studied all of them. So, like let me think about how it was back then when I started. I think I already played number 2 and 3 when I was really young. So I did not start with these 2. I started with Opus 25 number 12 and Opus 25 number 1. So both extremes, actually. And then I was working from the back. Like, I started with that, then afterwards I took number 11 and then number 9 and then number 10. So I had the last 4 were the first that I completed there, and then I think I continued with the first 4, yeah, or the first 5, and then I just filled up everything. So I started from the back and then came to the beginning and then the middle part.
So I was asking if the IKEA edition of the Etudes, do you think if that's the best one?
I'm actually working with a couple of editions.
Yeah, like, you should show that. You have like 10 books. So.
I have. Wait a second. Okay, so basically I'm working with these 4 editions. This is the IKEA edition, which is, I think, very, very nice because it's good to read, and there are many comments in there which I think are very important to know. Same for the Wiener Urtext edition, like especially in Opus 10 number 3, there are different versions of the middle part, and many people were asking me if I'm playing wrong notes, but actually I'm not not at that part. Because Chopin was giving you 2 different versions there, but the one version that I was playing is not as well known as the other one, but I think it's more
just beautiful. To interrupt, you should show them to the camera.
Sorry. So this is the Wiener Urtext. I think I have to go more near.
Closer, yeah. It's a little bit out of focus, maybe.
Yeah, but then this is out of focus.
Yeah, well, then just say it and then maybe play that part, which you say is different.
Okay, also, Wiener Urtext, IKEA, and then this is really interesting for everyone who's learning them. The Couture edition. There he is giving you like. I don't know if you can see this, but he's writing a lot of comments there and giving you different fingerings to play and like ways to practice specific things. I think this is really interesting to see how other pianists practice this, and especially Cortot practiced these etudes, and what he thinks about the Chopin etudes. And then, of course, I have the Henle edition, but to be honest, I did not work with this edition until now, even though it looks like I did, but I did not. It is a used edition.
We finally found out what RCM is. So it's the Royal Conservatory of Music. So thank you for Kindermusiker.
Oopsie.
It's the exam system for North America. There are 10 levels. All the Chopin etudes are post level 10. So it's actually in the ARCT level. Okay. But yeah, we don't have this level.
We don't have this type of leveling here. Yes, this is exactly the same thing. But of course, everybody knows Chopin etudes are the top of the top, and it's like one of the most difficult pieces, it's one of the most difficult pieces for piano literature, and I think it's together with the Wohltemperiertes Klavier by Bach or all the sonatas by Beethoven. It's like a milestone in piano literature, and every pianist has to study at least one of these etudes, like really, really deep. So yeah, I think it's a must have.
So Juke Band is asking, are you going to play La Campanella? I can say already, she played it. I mean, she did do the challenge.
Yes, for everyone who wants to see me playing La Campanella, on my other YouTube channel called Heart of the Key, you'll find the challenge where I'm trying to play the beginning of this etude.
After your finger, it's still
after 1 hour. But yeah, it's not a serious like performance in that like what I did today. It was a challenge to play after 1 hour, like 1 minute.
Can you still play the beginning?
It's like, yeah, come on.
Can you still play the first second note?
Wow.
So Alvaro Sangil, I don't know if I pronounced that right, is asking, have you thought on playing Reminiscence of Don Juan?
I already played it before my studies, actually. So again, it's like too early for me in that time, but it was a lot of fun, and it was a time where I was so focusing on playing extremely virtuosic pieces, and like especially Don Juan Fantasy was one of the pieces that I enjoyed to play, because you have like so many different and extremely hard techniques, and it's definitely a piece where the audience stands up and shouting bravo, bravissimo afterwards. And this was, for me back then, this was the highest goal.
Let's see, there's so many questions. So are you going to play Beethoven, like all the sonatas? I think you went through and like had these 1 hour practice sessions, right?
Yeah, I did a little challenge on Instagram, but I think I didn't make it to the end of all sonatas because I did not have enough time, and I had to concentrate on my real repertoire again. But it was a summer project in my summer holidays, I think last year. Yes, last year. So if you scroll on my Instagram, like very, very far downwards, then you'll find a couple of recordings.
And there's Waldstein Sonatas is on your channel, right?
And yes, on my channel you'll find the complete Waldstein Sonata. I think there are like 2 versions. One is on a historical instrument, on a playel, and it's a live performance also. Like every recording you find on my channel is a live performance. There's nothing like cut away. So yeah, and one of the Waldstein Sonata recordings is in a studio? I think
There's so many questions.
Yeah,
but
but
I guess
to be honest, I'm so tired now, and we can talk on Instagram. Put your comments there, or put the comments down below on this live stream video. I'm really happy to be here, and I'm really happy that so many people joined us, and we're listening and commenting and like interacting with us. And I hope you will come in the future again and listen. Again, don't forget to check out the links in the description box. And yeah, have a nice day, have a nice evening, morning.
Yeah, I do the one clapping because there's no audience. So.
Yeah, so see you on Instagram, on YouTube.
Okay, maybe you should ask that one because he's asking that for a very long time.
Oh, sorry. Okay,
So-
one last question.
So he's asking if you can play Hungarian Rhapsody number 2.
Hungarian Rhapsody number 2. No, I didn't play it. I played Hungarian Rhapsody number 12 when I was 14, and there's actually a recording of this. Put it in the comments if you would like to see this recording. I think it's
Do a challenge.
super embarrassing, to be honest, because I'm looking so awkward in this video with 14. My hair, my face, and the things that I'm wearing,
Yeah,
and
you
the
were a
way
teenager.
I was moving was so awkward. But yeah, tell me in the comments if you would like to see it, and maybe I'll post it here on YouTube and share it with you. Okay,
So
I would
let's
say
good
that's
night.
it. Yeah, good night.
It's late now.
Good night, Germany, and good morning, USA. And see you then. Bye.